Hi everyone, it's Carissa at Sprinkled with Glitter, and I am here with a card project for you. This is actually going to be a welcome baby or a baby shower card, but I think that overall you could see how it can be changed to a birthday card for a man in your life or something like that. My inspiration is actually this invitation that I received in the mail for the baby shower, and it's got the little mustaches that are everywhere right now. And I'm going to use this color scheme as well for the card just to kind of tie it all in, because I know that this shower will probably be a majorly themed shower. Mustaches are going to be everywhere, and this color combination is going to be everywhere. So you can see here I've kind of laid out some of my color combination. I've pre-cut some stuff because it's going to be an overall simple card, but I think there's going to be quite a few steps that I'm going to end up adding. So to start out with, I have printed out this little man. I didn't have any stamps that said little man, and I really wanted to draw in this little man is on the way. So my sentiment's actually going to end up saying welcome little man, and I'm going to include that mustache on there. So I've printed this out on some Nina Solar White cardstock, and I've gone ahead and got my Lifestyle Craft Nesting Circles die here to cut this out. So I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've run that through the die cutting machine and I can go ahead and pull this off now, hopefully carefully. I used some just art masking tape to attach to keep that die in place while I ran it through so that my sentiment would be exactly where I want it. And so there is that, and I'll go ahead and just finish this little piece off. I'm going to use the Paper Smooches Simply Said set here to complete this, and I'm going to use this welcome. So overall it's going to say welcome little man, and so I'll just get this mounted on my block. Actually, you know what, before I do that, I think I want to add some pattern to this piece as well. So I'm going to be using, because I'm going to be using this on the background of the card too. This is from Impression Obsession. This is the Cover a Card clean background, and it is the thin chevron. And I'm going to be pulling in another color in this color palette, and the color I'm going to be using is this Pool Party. So I'm going to go ahead, and these Impression Obsession stamps, cover card stamps, are pretty cool because you can actually use it if your card, let's see if I have a piece here that I can show you. So if my card runs this way, my chevrons can still go horizontally, but if my card runs this way, it can still go horizontally as well. So you can kind of use them in either direction on your card, which is very cool and makes them a lot more versatile. Some of the more rectangular ones can only be used one way on your card, and so it makes it a little more limiting on what you can use them for. So this is actually the first time I've used this stamp, and I'll be trying it out. I'm going to ink it up really good. I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper, and then I want to make sure that these are going horizontally across, so I'm going to have to be kind of careful on where I do this. Maybe I'll draw a horizontal line on the back of this to help me line it up, or maybe I'll just go for it. So that is there. Just going to put that on there. Hopefully it's as straight as I want it to be. Oh, that turned out great. So see the little man on there. And while I have this stamp and ink opened up, I'll go ahead and do the background of my card as well. So I'll ink up again. And then I just have a white card base here. It's out of Nina Solar White cardstock, and it's already been scored. So I will just put that hopefully as straight as I can on this stamp as well. So I can set this aside, and I'll bring this back in and continue to work on this. So I'm going to have this welcome at the top. So I think I'll go ahead and stamp that. And I think I'll use maybe this Midnight Muse ink to do that. So I have some more of the navy in the card. I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm just using the lines of my grid mat to kind of line this up. And then I'm going to stamp this here. Perfect. So now I have my welcome little man here, and I'm going to use, I have actually cut this little mustache out, and it's white, and I know that it's white, but I didn't want to make it navy like it is on the original invitation, and I didn't really want to use a black cardstock. I am going to actually ink this to make it the color, I'm going to make it black, but when I ink it, it tends to have a different look than the straight black cardstock, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to use just a sponge and this Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and it just makes the color not quite as saturated and dense, and you can layer it as much as you want to make it as dark and as dense as you want, but it just gives it a little bit different effect. And if you ever try this technique, you'll see it here, and maybe I can bring in a piece of black cardstock to kind of show you the difference. So here is my inked piece. It's all done. It only takes a second to do that inking technique, by the way, and it's a great way to cut out a bunch of stuff on your silhouette all at once, which I did with this in white cardstock, and then you can make them any color that you want. But this is the black cardstock, and then this is the inked piece. So I don't know if even the camera will pick it up, but it just gives it, it's not quite as dense and heavy looking, and maybe you prefer to just cut it out of the black cardstock, but I like the look. So anyway, this is going to end up going on here. So I think I'll go ahead and just mount that with some foam adhesive. Make sure once again that that's straight. Okay, so there's that. This is then going to layer on top of this orange pinking circle from the Nesting Pinking Circles dies from Lifestyle Crafts. And I'm just going to put that on there with some, you know what, maybe we'll do foam adhesive again. This is not a card I'm mailing, so I don't have to be careful with how thick it is. And it may end up being just a decoration for a gift bag too, which kind of makes it nice. So I'll just kind of put this on here. Trying to work a little quickly. It looks like my battery is going to die. Center that there. Okay. Then I can bring in my card base, which is right here. And I have this piece of navy cardstock that I have cut using the wraps die from Lifestyle Crafts. And you may know Lifestyle Crafts as well as Quick Cuts. So they're the same company. And that is going to go on there like that, and then this is going to go on there like this. I'm going to add a little bit of texture to this. It's a flat cardstock, and so sometimes I just feel like, oh, by the way, this is that wraps die, and it actually is designed to fold around, and then there's this, both ends are like this. I just have it cut off. It's designed to go around like a bottle or something, so if you were wondering, it's just cut off here. I'm going to add a little texture to this cardstock, and one of my favorite stamps, which I'm working on unmounting some of my background stamps, so it's just a piece of rubber right now, but one of my favorite stamps for adding texture is this envelope background by Hero Arts, and so I'm going to just ink it up. It just has a little bit of texture to it, and so I'll ink this up, and it gives it the look of textured cardstock or like a linen. So that's going to actually go on the card front like that. So I'll go ahead and, let's see, do I want this? I'm going to mount it flat onto the card. I actually have a second piece here, and I didn't know if I wanted to add a silver edge to it. I might do that. Okay, and I'll trim this top piece off. Just like that. And then finally I can just add my little welcome little man piece, but I'm going to add it with one of these Action Wobble Springs, just to add a little more play to the card and some you know, it makes the card interactive. So we'll do this. We'll just put that on the back. I kind of like to stretch mine out a little bit before I put them on the card. And then I will put this kind of offset over to one side of this banner. And then we have a little bit of like fun to the card there. And then finally, I think I'll just round these two corners on this end over here. So I'm going to use my corner chomper, and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch. Okay, so I placed this on here and I was looking at the card and I just felt like I wanted to add a little more of this orange in, so and break up this navy just a bit. So I just have a 3/8 inch piece of orange, the pumpkin pie cardstock that I used before. I'm going to cut it at just a single angle here, just like this. And I might actually flip it over so it goes the opposite way as the banner that's already there. But I think I'll just put it on here and just maybe have it extend even further than those banners there. And I'll kind of just bring it in here from the side and see how I want to do this. And there is my card for today. It's super simple. There's some steps in stamping and stuff like that, but you can see that I used the original invitation as inspiration. I did add some of my own color. I added a 4th color to that color palette and took my own spin on it, but I did overall include, the theme and the feel of the shower. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.